Sega. Ooze.
Ooze. Price check on prune juice, Bob. Price check on prune juice. So, hope everyone's having a good December. Week before Christmas, holy cow. We're just gonna go through and look at some of the crazy prices for some of these games and systems, and just can't believe what's going on. So, saying is sharing his screen at the moment, looking at Dino Force for the TurboGrafx 16, PCE, new, 118.50.
I wanted this bad. Ken got it. I don't know. Well, he doesn't even have a page. So you think we're bad, right? Everyone, you think we have okay. So there's a guy that we know. His name's Ken. I think Ken or Chris. I get them confused. I don't know. Whatever. So he buys video games for systems he does not even own. He doesn't even own a TurboGrafx 16. He does not own a Nintendo. He does not own a Sega Genesis. He owns none of it. And he still buys games for these systems. That is out of... You're crazy. Right there, you're crazy. This isn't so bad for $118. So I got... Where is all this coming from? So I got told, well, what do you want for your birthday? Okay. So sat back and I'm like, I thought, my cold was, and I was like, oh, cool. So I said, all right, you know what? I have a stack of games like sitting right here, probably this big. Octopath Traveler, Monster Hunter Wilds, Dissidia, and Battlefield 6, which I can't stand. Then I have 2 drawers over here stacked with tons of games that I really should start playing. So I said to myself, well, what do I want? So I dabbled in getting a bearded dragon, and I'm like, do I really need another reptile? Because I'm going to be moving in 3 months into a new house, and I mean, like, do I want to drag all these tanks with me? I already have 8. I have like pretty much a rainforest in my room, and I'm like, I really thought about that. I was like, do I want to drag this 40-gallon tank with sand and everything, and bring it into a new? No, I don't want to do that.
Well, the thing is, you have to empty it out because
yes, I would.
Those tanks are not made to support that weight by picking them up.
Yes,
as long as they're on top
right.
of something, they're all right.
No, you're totally right about that. And I
you
said,
got to empty them.
It's like, do I really want to do that? I was like, it's one more thing I have to take care of, and I already have to feed all of them and do. I said, forget about it. I looked at the tanks, I looked at everything, and then I have to make room and space, and I'm just like, the less I have to carry there, the better off I am, because I have to clean out the storage locker with all my stuff.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to think, well, I'm gonna have off a week, and there's a lot of stuff I do enjoy. There's a lot of games I do enjoy. Where does this go? And we were just, we were sitting here, and we were looking at, price charting of, well, what happens if you want to look for games? So I look, and I mean, there's PC Engine, which I love. I have a bad obsession with PC Engine, but the initial drive for all of this, as you play with the duckyard, and now I'm so small I can't even see myself. But
that should fix it. I just wanted to make it so that the screen itself was a little bit bigger.
Oh, okay. You know what I miss the most? Opening up video games on Christmas and your birthday. I desperately miss that badly.
I get that, because I'm trying to think the last time I got a game that somebody else bought for me, not one that I bought for myself, for birthday or Christmas. The thing is, there's usually, a game would have to come out near both of those times, and I would have to have wanted it, obviously, and not decided to go ahead and buy it beforehand.
Right. So here we go to other platforms. We gotta go all the way down. All the way down to TurboGrafx CD. Japan. Now, I have Sapphire complete. I have Nexer. I have this sealed, which is stupid. Kazakiri, Sypha, Steam. No, I don't have Steam Hearts. I have Set Armor complete. Kaiden 00.
So the Castlevania that you've got that's new,
Uh-huh.
why don't you sell the new one and get one that's
I would never do that. No way.
just complete in box?
So Castlevania and sale doesn't equate in my vocabulary.
But sell it, buy one that's complete in box, and you come out ahead what, $300?
I've had that Castlevania sealed since 2004.
And for holding on to it for 21 years, you can sell it for $575.
That's amazing how you did that, like, right in your head. But I mean, complete and bot, like, new. There's only a few. Holy hell. That can't be right. Oh, Euro, and it's graded.
Go to oh, yeah,
Poopy.
graded. Graded is just dumb. You just closed out of that tab.
Oh, did I? Okay, so share my screen again. Oh, so this is not like Teams. Can you just share a whole window?
I can. I don't know if you can.
I can.
Anything
yes, here we
can
go.
do, I can do better. Hold on. Let me see. I got to find. There we go. I got to go through and update all of these tabs and switcheroo things.
But I somebody said to me, what was it? One of my friends was like, "Man, I really want to play Illusions of Gaia over the break." And I said, "Oh, wait a minute! I remember going into Toys R Us and picking that up." Illusions of Gaia. Now it's like, do you really want a reptile? Do you want video games? Like, what do you really want? For me, it's like okay, the reptile I could play with and whatever, but the video games I play and then it sits on a shelf, and then I play and it sits on a shelf, and then I play and it sits on a shelf. So it's like, what? I don't, you know what I mean? It's kind of bounces itself back and forth. Nexer is a really good game.
Well, the thing with
well, you can get the PC Works for $70.
All this, pretty much everything you buy. What do you buy that you don't stick on a shelf after you're done using it? Everything. But the question is, how often do you go back and use it? If you buy a hammer to put some nails or some hangers on the wall so you can hang pictures, do you go back and use the hammer for something else in the next couple months? Okay, so it's no difference. It's the frequency of use. Because once you beat a game, it's kind of like a movie. Once you watch a movie, you might watch it or play it again, but there's going to be a space of time where you're not going to. It's just going to sit there and take up space and collect dust and all that other fun stuff.
Oh, wow, last time again. No, I get it. I have this too. And I have I have every Valis. I don't know, it was really weird. Really weird. I'm just sitting here thinking about this. It really put a lot of things into perspective with like, oh, so I have this too. Mine is complete in box, mine's not new. I have a lot. This is when I went through this with people. Like when I was just talking, with the Down Level podcast about some of these games or whatever it is, and I told them I have all of these because I bought them all out of that Japanese import store back in the day around like 2003, 2004. I bought all of these. They're like, wow, like it it makes logical sense to get the Analog Duo because you have a large PC Engine collection, which I have a massive. I have a lot of games. I have all the Valuses. I have just Hellfire S. I mean, so it's like I have a lot of games, and it just I don't. I wouldn't mind growing that collection even more. Like today, I hooked up the Saturn, the Super Nintendo. Tomorrow's gonna get hooked up, and then the PlayStation 3 and the other place PSX. But it it makes sense. I just when it comes down to it, and I guess maybe you have I don't know if you have this problem, but it comes down to the fact of, hey, do you want to spend your money on stuff that's going to sit on a shelf and you see your money rot away, or do you want to spend your money on something else? I I mean, it is what it is. The one thing I can say though is I never had buyer's regret on any video games I bought. Never had buyer's regret on any of them.
I think I had buyer's remorse when I bought Blaster Master 2 for the Sega Genesis for $20 back in the day at Toys R Us.
What is that worth now?
Oh, I don't know.
These are great.
I still want to try to beat it.
I have this too right here. It's I mean it is what it is with this. Even my Saturn is
Holy
crazy, but
wow.
huh?
It's $90 complete.
Blaster Master?
Blaster Master 2 complete, $90. I might need to sell it or trade it.
What is this game? I've never seen this game before.
You know Blaster Master for the NES?
Nope.
Then I have no idea how to tell you. There was an NES game. It was highly thought of. They've made several sequels and stuff for it. Now Blaster Master Zero,
Oh, the little truck.
the car truck thing, yeah, tank,
Yeah.
and you pop out and run around in some areas. Yep. But I can't believe it's $90.
Then there's this, like I said, on the rise. PS2 is definitely on the rise. This thing shot up to $1,000. I would never buy that for $1,000. I do have Shattered Memories, and I have Haunting Grounds. And I do have all the Hack and the Xenosagas. I have Def Jam, Mobile Suit Gundam. I will not buy this. This is ridiculous. $200 for Coraline. The game sucks.
Is that just a collector's thing?
It's a collector's thing. But even this stuff, like I have Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I mean, it's just I have a lot of stuff. I mean, Fatal Frame. I would. So if I went on and looked and like Nexer, so if I went on and choose like Fatal Frame, like yeah, PS2, and there was a collection like yeah, $375 for this collection is pretty ridiculous. But then again, it's like the holidays. It's like, do you really want to spend $300 and something $375 on this for all three games? Are you going to play all three games?
But see, or I guess I should say we, because I think we are both at that point in collecting where it's like, oh, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on games I'm not going to play.
Exactly.
I mean, I say that, and I'm doing my 12 game buying challenge, and I think I've got, well, depending on whether or not I cancel my pre-order for Metroid Prime 4, which I guess it should just be cancel the order now, seeing how it's out.
Wow.
That would actually give me, I'd have two games I could buy, and like I don't know what I would even buy now. But let's see, out of the, see, where am I at? 12, 11, 10. So the 10 games that I've bought, actually, the 8 games, I bought 10 games. I've got 8 of them. 2 of them I'm waiting to get: Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and Maiden of the Dark, which is a new Game Boy game from Kickstarter.
Is it any good?
The demo, it was the demo I played 2 or 3 weeks ago on stream. I thought it was a lot
Oh,
of
yeah, that
fun.
did look pretty good.
So I ordered that. But I've beat 3 of the games that I bought this year out of the 8 games that I've got. So I don't think that's horrible. And then if I drop Prime 4, then I actually might talk to the guy at the retro shop, and I'm gonna be like, pick out a game up to $60 for these systems. You can look. I don't know if they can like look at the games I bought in the past and be like, pick a game you think I'll like.
They would do that for you?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm in pretty good terms with one of the guys there. I think I'm on good terms with all the guys there. Um, they recognize me when I walk in. It's easy to distinguish when you have a beard that covers your face and
Well, I
most of
mean,
your
yeah.
chest. Um, but I think they'd find it, look at it kind of like a challenge. Like, okay, let's see if we can find a good game that he would like. But I'm gonna have to be like, you know, you can pick out 2 or 3 games and then tell me which one, and then I'll be, okay, yeah, I'll take that one, or like, yeah, I might go with your number 2 pick or number 3 pick. But I think that could be interesting.
No, I get it. I get it completely. I get it completely. I mean, am I at the I mean, am I at the point where I would like games? Yeah, probably. I mean, I have a lot a lot of Saturn games, and it's pretty cool that you could just walk into the store and be like, "Hey, listen, is there anything I like?" and then go from there. I mean,
Well, I think that they would have to look at like what I bought in the past. At least one guy might be able to be, oh yeah, we've talked about several games, you know, and but okay, yeah, I think you'd like this one. The others I think would have to look at the stuff that I've bought in the past. But like I just don't know what I want to get. Um,
see, for me, it's the I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is,
what it
but when it
is?
when it comes to Saturn, I will buy it sight unseen. I don't know why. I don't know why I have such a deep love for Saturn. Like I have this one right here, complete in box, and no one even knows what the hell this is. I played it on stream maybe 3 years ago on the physical system. I showed the box. I mean, I showed the car, I showed the CD, I showed everything. No one knew even what the hell it was, and it's a great game. It's an excellent game. It's
Is
very
it a
interesting.
Japanese game?
It's a Japanese game, but it's very weird-ish.
Well, so throw these 2 things out there. It's for the PC Engine,
No, it's for Saturn.
or for Saturn. Okay, it's for the Saturn. Not really popular in the United States. And then throw in that it's Japanese for the
Double
Saturn,
double
and
done.
super duper not popular in the United States.
I mean, it's just it when it comes down to it, it's just hey, is there a system that regardless you'll definitely just collect for it? Because for me, it's this. I just got Battle Garega. I wonder if my sale's even in here. Complete Battle Garega. I think this is me.
You go to see original listing. It
Yeah,
would
this
have
is
been like
me.
Master System or Mark III or SG-1000, but like there's nothing that I would buy sight unseen. Like I'd have to, see pictures of it. Um,
No, this was it right here.
but I don't think there was ever anything. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, buy it because it's there. It's usually no, it's got stuff that I want to add to the collection.
I have this too. There is some games in here that I do want. Shinryu. I don't have that. I think I have Bat Song.
Woo?
Terra Crusted 3D. I don't have.
Oh,
But this is what I mean. Like I have Singio Blade. I have a lot of like a great deal of Saturn and PC Engine. So I would, yeah, I'd buy them.
well, I mean, there's some games that you want. I mean, there's still some games for the Mark III, the SG-1000, the Master System, Genesis. There's games I wouldn't mind getting. Um, I mean, I think I've got in my eBay save for later. Let me see. Yeah, some games that I had in at the beginning of the year, which is Rocky for the Mark III, the Ninja for the Mark
Okay.
III, Fist of the North Star or Hokuto no Ken for the Mark III, and Nazca 88, the Golden Road to Paradise for the Mark III. That's just Aztec Adventure, but that's for the Mark III. Um, but I have all of those games for the Master System, so it's like I don't really want to pay what they're asking for these 4 games to get them complete when I've got them. I think I've got all 4 of those complete, and I can play them on the Master System. I just don't have them for the Mark III. What's up, Drake? Yeah, Sega dudes. I think I might need to change where we are.
Drake, by the way, I talked to my friend today. He's getting a Mister. Um, and I sent him over to your YouTube. Another friend for you for the Mister.
Like it, Drake. Fist of the North Star. It took me a second to figure out. I was like, what is the arrow? Oh, and then I was like, oh, pretty clever there. Pretty clever.
Oh no, this is Japanese. I want America.
I like it. Actually, I bought. Where did I put it? That's right here. I haven't started watching it from the disc, but I bought
Oh, Fist of the
Fist
North
of the North
Star.
Star
I have Godzilla.
complete series. Here, I'm gonna jump over to this other screen really quick. So,
Fisteel.
Fist of the North Star. It's I don't know if it'll focus on that. You can kind of make it out. It says SD-BD, standard definition on Blu-ray disc. So all 152 episodes on 3 discs. I think getting collections like this is awesome. I got Ultimate Muscle, and I've got several that I'm keeping an eye out for. Street Sharks, some different
Sharks.
mech shows, Mazen style shows.
What the frick?
Simmer down there, Stan. The prices are driving him crazy.
I'm like, I have this Soldier Blade America complete in box. So I'm like, when the hell did it become this?
Well, I mean, that's my reaction to Blaster Master 2 complete being almost $100. Like I said, back in been early mid 90s, probably mid 90s. I bought it for $20 and I've never beat it. I think I need to look up some Game Genie codes and beat it, and then I can be like, poof, go away. I don't want you in my library no more. It doesn't matter that I've had you since I was a small one. You can go away.
Dino Force is so good. So is Blazing Lasers. Trying to find that. I can't find it.
What? So if you know the name of it, just type it in.
Couldn't. So I need this to complete that. Now this is how I need this one right
working
here.
Design.
Yep. I need this, and I need this, and then I have every United States released working design game that ever came out.
What's going on, Sergeant Salt and Pepper? Game on. We're just hanging out, talking about prices of stuff. In particular, PC Engine. Kasayan's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs about it. Trying to find something like, I got to buy something. My birthday's coming up, so I got to find something that's
Saturday.
Me.
Ooh, that artwork looks gorgeous. But the game.
Happy early birthday! As I like to tell people, for your birthday, I will not sing to you. Congratulations, there's your present.
Many happy returns.
Yeah.
Oof, this game looks rough. But see, here we go. Now, if I got this, I could be able to play it if I got the Duo.
Don't you have a PC Engine?
I have a PC.
That game looks great. It's been on, I think it's on a little bit of a sale right now. I'm like,
yeah.
Do I want that? Do I want to bite the bullet and get the new 2D Terminator game?
Oh, I didn't open it. I was waiting for you to do an open and live.
Oh, I told you just to record a video and we could just upload it.
I've heard so many things about that game, and
from what I've seen, like I watched some gameplay, it looks great. But so did the new Shinobi game. It's like,
yes, but is the new Shinobi game like a Souls-esque type of game or no?
It's a Shinobi. No, it. From what I played from the demo, Salt and Pepper, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed to look and play just like an updated Shinobi game from the Genesis. Like if you're familiar with the Shinobi games on the Genesis, that you should be able to slide right into it and have a lot of fun.
They're really good.
Do you have all the Shinobi Genesis games?
Mm-hmm.
But do you have the Master System games? No.
No, that doesn't matter for me.
They're actually pretty good on the Master System, at least the original one. And then Alex Kidd in Shinobi World, which is just, it's like a reskinned Shinobi game. It's pretty fun.
Alex Kidd's great game. They're all good games. SH.
I don't know if I'd go that far. High Tech World is kind of weird. But yes, that is accurate. It's like just a continuing sequel style for a new Shinobi game.
Oh, Shinobi Art of Vengeance?
Yeah. I played the demo on stream. Actually, I think we did it when on a stream with you and Master Welch.
Holy hell, this looks good. Wow.
You don't remember me playing that? I think Welch was talking about it because the demo had dropped recently and I jumped in and
yes, that I do remember.
It. And I didn't play through the entire demo, but I played through enough. I was like, oh, yeah, that one's, I think I put that on my wish list.
Here's another game I don't understand why everyone completely went off on it. Shining Residence Refrain.
Refrain.
So many people were just like, garbage, this. I'm thinking of, I might be thinking of Animusha Souls. because
Not
Animusha is
familiar
gonna
with
be
that
like,
one.
huh?
I said I'm not familiar with that one.
Animusha.
Onimusha.
Onimusha is gonna be like Souls.
I don't think I've played any of the Onimusha games.
Kind of curious. Let's see since we're on all of this. Um, look,
Oh, I had not even thought to. Okay, so can we make that bigger? Let me see something.
Animal
That's the
Crossing New
wrong button.
Horizon,
No.
Skya. I don't even know where half these games. Like another game I want to get rid of is Pokemon, Donkey
All
Kong
right.
Bonanza.
Can I? All right.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
share
where
my screen really quick.
Guardians of Ozma is very good. I want to play.
It's so silly. You have to remove it and then add it.
It
So
really is pretty dumb. Oh, yeah, I saw that.
just how close together the lines are for median and average, which with them all being brand new games, it's not all that surprising.
Mm-mm.
You know. But you've got all these games. I don't know if I'd even trust the information just because of how incomplete. Look, you've got these games that haven't been released. 007, the Animal Crossing New Horizon. I'm guessing that one's not out or it's just out. Actually, no, that would be $70. I think is what they would charge for the Switch 2 version of it. But Borderlands 4, like, there's just so much incomplete information.
The Japanese games are far. There's only one of them that actually two that are supposed to be really, really good.
I mean, Donkey Kong and Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment are like the only two Switch 2 games I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like to get those, but I'm not getting the Switch 2.
You could.
But I don't want a handheld that I'm not going to use as a handheld. Because I'm not a handheld gamer. I'm just not. The last games that I really played a bunch on in handheld were Metroid Fusion and Zero Mission. Those were both crapper games.
This game is amazing.
I had the Game Boy sitting on the back of the toilet when I went in to take care of my business. I'd pull it out, and then instead of reading a book, I'd play the game. And the save points were far enough, or were so frequent that it wasn't anything to be in there for a little bit, make some progress, and then go off.
You have this, Kadash?
I have Kadash.
Complete?
Loose. Because it was like $20 loose when I bought it.
Oh, I don't have this. This is another game I need for working design. Kadash. Yep. 130 is not bad.
I got Switch 2 early in the year, and I don't have a lot of Switch 2 games yet, other than Mario Kart World, and I did beat DK Bonanza, but I have a lot of Switch games because it's backwards compatible.
So Salt and Pepper, I have, last time I checked, over, I think it's like 200 Switch games, 210 Switch games, and 90% of them are still sealed. And the Switch 2 games that I have, this one I have.
You realize that's like around 180 games you're saying that are sealed.
Probably a little bit more. Like I have Bravely Default sealed, Cyberpunk sealed, Daemon X Machina Collector's Edition, didn't even realize I pre-ordered it, that's sealed. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 still sealed. I don't have Kirby Air Riders, but I've the Forgotten Land, I have that sealed. Legends of Heroes, yes. Mario Kart World, I got with the thing. Prime 4 sealed still.
I still have the copy that I pre-ordered.
Dude, I have
Salt and Pepper. What did you think of Mario Kart World and DK Bonanza? Did you enjoy both of those?
Mario Kart World was damn good. Mario Kart World was amazing to the point where I bought the steering wheel with the pedals to play it. Mm-hmm. It is damn good, Mario Kart World. It's very, very good. DK Bonanza.
I know you're not a huge fan of it.
It's because I have OCD in games, and it just comes.
But that, and I just had this thought. It's, you said that you ran around and you were tearing everything up in
Uh-huh.
the area. Why is that really any different than when you're grinding in an RPG?
Because there's so you running around smashing things in DK Bonanza gets you nowhere. It gets you gold and that's it. In unless you're trying to look for bananas or fossils or whatever, and you need bananas for upgrades. So you smashing the entire world, you're not really going to find a lot of bananas. You're going to find chests, and the gold just helps you go into DK mode, and that's it. So there really is there's no level enhancements. There's nothing like that. When you go into tactics back and forth on Mandalia Plains, you're building your team out, which is going to be preparation for your end game and then such, and
So
your job
the
classes.
the reward you get in DK Bonanza, you're saying is not worth it compared to the RPG. Is that adequate or
Yeah,
not?
it kind of is, and I agree with him completely. It's like where you get frustrated to try to beat. It's just it's irritating. The game was just completely irritating. And when we were talking on Dad's podcast, and I was talking to all of them, they were like, "Oh, DK Bonanza," because there was nostalgia to it, blah blah blah, whatever. I once again, I had the two Donkey Kongs, 1 and 2, got them for Christmas and my birthday. Played through Donkey Kong the first time. Loved it. I liked the water stage. It was like, "Yay, this is cool," with the music. Um, I do not have an attachment to Donkey Kong at all. I don't. I have more of an attachment to Illusions of Gaia and Super Metroid and Chrono Trigger than I do to Donkey Kong. I didn't like Donkey Kong.
No, I think that's fair, because if you don't feel like you're making progress or you're not getting enough of a reward for what you're spending your time doing, it definitely can kill a game. I mean, I'm still playing Earth Defense Force 2025, trying to get the last 4% of the missions done that I need to.
Oh jeez.
And at times it's frustrating because the difficulty when you're solo is the same as when you're playing with 4 people.
Oh, that's not fair at
So
all.
like you want to get other people in the game because you can have the different classes in there, so they all bring something different, um, you know, to the team and how you play. But it's an old game. It's I think it was 2014, so 11 years old, over 11 years old, and it's difficult to get people in there that, like, there's a lot of people that are starting off, and so say they have like 300 or 400 hit points, which sounds like a lot. But my characters have, say, 4 to almost 10,000 hit points, depending on the class. So they jump into the hardest difficulty when you're trying to beat it, and they just die.
Jeez.
But
That sounds miserable.
some people enjoy that, so whatever. Um, but actually, Sergeant Salt and Pepper, like when I saw the trailers for DK Bonanza, like it made me think, oh look, it's Hulk Ultimate Destruction with Donkey Kong. Did you get that same vibe or Sweet
I
Emotion?
I just agree with like you smashing. Don't get enough time out of it, and it
No, you don't get
stinks.
enough reward out of the
You
time you
don't.
put
You
into it.
don't. It's just
Oh,
mindless, completely mindless. I mean, yeah, it's just completely mindless. So, let me see right here. This is the only thing I would definitely go after.
what is that?
It's a really good game. It's a very good game. It was on Switch Watch. $100, limited edition, sealed, damaged.
No game, but I imagine it's probably similar in that respect. Yeah, the whole game was cool just because you grab stuff and you could basically turn it into a weapon. Like you rip off, light poles. You could use that to smack stuff. You could tear cars in half and make them into giant Hulk fists. Smash stuff with that. Pick up cars and throw them. And when you defeated stuff, you got experience for it. So it was fun at the time. Just a lot of fun at the time to play. And I don't know. It's probably been 2 or 3 years since I've gone back and really played it.
I had what game? I've been playing Digimon a lot. The new time story something? Um, I'm very impressed. I'm very, very, very impressed. Very impressed. I think it's a great game. I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm still playing it. And now there's a huge expansion that they gave you for free. That's over 2 hours, 3 hours long, and it's at the end of the game. So it's. I was really enjoying it. I'm like, oh, this isn't bad at all. Um, but you're looking at like stuff, like this. These are all, limited run garbage. Toplin Arcade Collection. Um, Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. These are all, you know, Fortnite Last Laugh bundles, $60. Um, okay. This is the problem. Like you get all these stupid games and stuff. I think next year and this we're gonna next year what my plan is, um I think just looking at games and saying, hey,
Squeaky.
like I bought this, I want to play this, and dumping my time into it and playing it. The problem with Atelier, and I have Atelier, is that it's a very language barrier type of game. So you're reading
Can you turn off the fan?
on um you're reading text on the screen like if it's a Japanese anime, and it could be extremely irritating. Uh so but the rest of this is pretty, I mean, this one I have Neptunian. There's a lot of games that are coming out this year too that just you try to figure things out. Varlet.
Yeah, there's actually a handful for the Xbox that are coming out that look kind of neat. But I'm since I did my limited 12 games, buying 12 games this year. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next year. If I'm going to take the money that I spent this year and but okay, now I'm going to only spend, round it up because I think I'm at like $450 or something that I've spent. Um, and that includes Metroid Prime for $60 that I haven't gotten, which would be game 11. But do that. Okay, how many games, and I mean good games, can I get with what I would have spent or what I did spend, in 2025? So say just round up to $500. What kind of games can I get for $500 in 2026? But try to pick quality titles, but get the most as many games as I can out of it.
That's what I think I want to do too. Um
Because it really makes you think. Because once you get past that collecting phase of I'm just buying to buy stuff, then you can get to the point where okay, well I'm buying stuff because I really want it in my collection because I want to play it.
that's that's where I think I'm at right now with collecting and stuff. Like I have I brought this up purposely because I have NIS America. I'm big into NIS America, so I have a lot of their limited edition stuff or whatever because I feel like it's more bang for your buck when you buy things from them. So for example, like I bought Monster Menu. It was $90, but the collector's edition comes with an apron, salt and pepper shaker. You get like music CDs with it. So, while I haven't, I kind of played this here and there, and this is based off an anime. Um, it's still a pretty cool collector's edition that I wanted. I don't have Raiden Makino. I don't have these, which I should have bought them. But I will like this is stuff I like to have in the collection. Like Crystar, like these Prinny collections. But these are nice things, that I want to collect that I know I'll sit down and I'll play. But then when it comes down to it, when you're talking about these games, how many games can you have that you're gonna play? See, for me, it's like, okay, I get like I don't know if you guys go through this, but for me, it's oh, let's play the Call of Duty Endgame campaign because there's a Christmas event. Then, oh, let's play. Now it's Monster Hunter because now there's a ton of monsters that are out. All new stuff. Christmas event is now out. So that takes precedent over me playing games and such. And then I just feel like I'm playing, and then there's Code Violet coming out and all this other stuff that Code Violet's a spiritual successor to Dino Crisis. So I'm going to play Code Violet. It builds up Octopath Traveler 0. It builds up to the point where I have these games I'm playing, and now I'm buying new games on top of it, and I'll never get to the new games. And it unless I sit here and play games for like a week to 2 weeks straight and do nothing but just play video games.
Or you have to tell yourself, I'm not playing this game anymore because I'm gonna go play something new. I
I
mean,
love playing Monster Hunter.
that's what I had to do with Metroid Dread. I went through and I beat the game 6 times back to back. I spent, it's not a long game, but I probably spent 6 or 7 weeks playing nothing but that. And I was like, I've got to stop so I can go and play other things. Thankfully, it was towards the end of the year. So I think I spent a couple weeks at the end of the year doing it, and then, a few at the beginning of the next year. So it didn't hurt me too bad. And then, trying to beat a bunch of games. But, I beat it 6 times. And it got to a point where it was like, and I still, like right now, like I would be totally happy to go and fire it up and play it again and beat it. But I'm trying to go through and beat other stuff. So, I beat Skyward Sword for the Switch this year, but I wouldn't mind getting, like, that's a game I'm getting rid of. But I wouldn't mind, like, I picked up Super Mario Odyssey and Calamity of Ages Hyrule Warriors for the Switch, and I'm waiting to get to both of those. But right now I'm working on EDF 2025 and then Sonic Frontiers. Or Sonic Frontier, I think, is it was the first game I thought I was going to beat this year, because when I started playing it, I was having so much fun. But then something happened, and I started playing other games. But that's the way it goes. Sometimes things just.
See, I was playing this Fairy Tale too, and I loved it. I think it's still great. I think it's an amazing game, absolutely amazing game, and I'm playing it. I have it, and I think it's great, but it had to stop. I had to stop because I was playing Monster Hunter and all the other stuff. Dust and Elysium Tale. This I would love to have in a collection. Absolutely love. I think this is a phenomenal game. Got me through 2020. I played it on the Switch, bought it for PlayStation. Um,
I think I have
I
the digital version on 360. Did that come out on 360?
yeah, right there.
Okay, yeah,
I
I
guess.
bought it digitally, probably when it was on sale for $2 or $3.
Just this is like limited
But
run
haven't gotten to it.
before a limited run were you know crappy. Comes with a certificate of the number.
I'm not sure. I think they've gotten better recently, but I don't. I think they were always crappy. They were always taking your money, and you had to wait a year or two or three to get the stuff that you bought.
Yes.
they basically were crowdfunding their games,
Yes,
which,
they were.
I mean, people have eaten it up and they're still around, so I guess it's not horrible.
This was
Maybe.
such a great game. Absolutely phenomenal game. Um, Dust and Elysium Tale. So this would be a game I would like to have in the collection. These stupid Pokemon stuff, I have those. I mean, Digimon, this one I have. But you know, that's the type of stuff like you want in your collection, you're gonna play.
You hope you're going to play.
See, that's and okay. So that we have different genres of games as we go through. I'm RPG and shmups. And it's like, yes, I have a lot of RPGs, but why do you gravitate more towards shmups? Because they're easier to play. I don't mind buying a shmup because I know I'll play it for 2 hours and then I'll stop and then put it away and go back to playing something else. The RPG sits there and lingers, and then you have to go back to it and play, and it lingers, goes back to it, and you have to play. So, and then like I try to
You have to
go,
let it linger.
well, wasn't there a band? Wasn't one of the a band back in the 90s
Yeah.
or early
Yeah.
two-
That's
you have
that's what I was like. Did you have to let it
let it
linger?
linger.
Did you have to? Did you have to?
Ah,
I forget. I think it was the same group that sang "Zombie, Zombie."
oh,
I think
Zombie. Yeah, yeah,
it was
yeah.
that
That
same group
was
with
Drake
their
song.
bombs and their guns.
Oh my god.
Yeah, can't remember the name of it. Was it Cranberries?
Cranberries. Yeah, God,
Yep.
that was such a great song, Zombies. I remember when that came out. She died too.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Oh, Child of
That's
Light.
unfortunate.
Yeah, and then Bad Wolf came out with with the zombie, the remake for it, and it was all right. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty decent. It's like we talk about video games, man. My Drake, the guy I sent to, is probably gonna message you on YouTube any day now for the Mister. He has over 3,000 audio CDs, music CDs that he has been collecting since um
Did you have to pull my finger?
whenever whenever the I guess audio CDs, like when music CDs came out.
Well, if they pull your finger, Drake, then it might linger. So don't let them pull the finger,
Yeah, don't let him pull the finger.
and don't pull anybody else's finger. Well,
I will take comments. Yes, you will, Drake. Yes, you will. So I don't know.
but I mean, the price of games, collecting, it's all, I think, really determined on how and what you want, and how even what you want to collect. Just, and that both of those can change over time. Like I used to not like, I was like, oh yeah, RPGs, yeah, fine, cool, I'll play those, and then now it's like, nope, because like you said, they linger around. They take more time. It's like, I don't have the time for the gaming sessions, length, and everything else, and so it feels like you're not making any progress. I was looking at the file for Earth Defense Force,
Mm-hmm.
and I have 460 hours in that game,
Wow.
but that's over years and years and years and years and years and years and years, and that's I think I've done a couple farming sessions where you tape the rubber band with a trigger, and you have drop ships, so they drop enemies down. Well, you stand in one spot and you shoot. You collect with any items that they drop, and you just sit there and let it do that for a couple hours. So there's some of those in there. There's some just I didn't know at the time when you single player, when you start leveling up your character, it's separate from online, and so I wasted a complete playthrough with the fencer class because I didn't realize it wouldn't carry over to online because I wanted to do it solo at first. Well, I did that, and then I had to start over. I was kind of bummed with that.
Kamen Rider. That looks cool.
Going off the cover, it looks cool. No video.
Yeah, I was looking at
Yeah.
that. That looks pretty cool. The Lara Croft collection, I wouldn't play. No one needs to see pixelated any of that. But I mean, yeah, this is. There's so many games. There's just
There is.
so
And like I think that is something that the game industry is really struggling with right now. Is none of them are the only game in town because we can go back over the past, we'll just say 40 years and play games on consoles that were released anywhere during that time, and whether you're doing it on original hardware with an EverDrive or actual, original cartridges or emulation, game companies have to contend with that because when it comes down to it, it's like, okay, well, do I want to spend 60 or $100 on this game, or do I want to go buy 2 or 3 retro games for $20 or $30 a pop and have a better experience?
No, I agree.
So it's
it's not like a new IPs. That's the problem, and everything is like cookie cutters, And they were seeing in that this is completely retarded to do this. They were saying in that Down Level podcast too that there's no so you opened it up, took the steel book out, and then left the rest of the crap in there, and you just want 170. Not bad. Just like we were talking about stuff, and just hey Konami, where's your Castlevania IP? When are you going to come back to this? And
they shifted the focus over to the
Pachinko.
Netflix show, and
yeah,
doing the
which
collection.
is that second Netflix show, the second Castlevania. Nope, I won't.
They made 2 different shows.
So the first Castlevania is on. It's based off of 3, except minus Grant because Grant's not in there, which was the Grant was the whatever the thief. I think Grant was the thief, but it was Alucard, Sypha, and Trevor Belmont. So it was the 3 of them minus Grant. Then fast forward it, we have Rondo. We have the Rondo age, which is Richter, Maria, and Alucard fighting, which is also Symphony, but Maria's older, with some flavor in it, with these monk that makes demons and all this other crap that they added in, whatever really did stink. But they made Alucard, yes, the Dominus collection, which I'm probably gonna have to buy. It's just they made Alucard so weak, and I did not like that. I didn't find that entertaining at all. I found it stupid. Why would you do that? Why? It didn't sit well with me.
Because they tend to seem, for whatever reason, like to take an existing IP and screw around with what made it good. It's
Man,
just something that they had to do.
damn, that
Pushing
shadow box looks
people to
nice.
indie stuff, whether it's games or movies. And now AI is gonna throw everything for a big old loop de loo. Here we go, loop de loo.
I wouldn't.
Loop
I
de
mean, this is the only series I could sit down and play religiously over and over again and never care.
You just mean
Never
the
care.
Castlevania games?
I could just play. I play. I think I've total playtime. No, how many times I played Symphony of the Night? Probably close to about 15 times the Symphony of the Night. And
I
the
have not
Drake,
finished it once.
it's you're missing out.
I've played through the regular castle and I've gotten to the upside down castle or the mirror castle. I don't remember how far I made it into it. And even the 3D version of Castlevania Lord of Shadows that they released. I was having some fun with that. I think I eventually finished that werewolf boss fight, but that was tough.
Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Oh man, that's gorgeous.
I think it's only $250.
That's just the box. This is the total of everything. I have the I have the collection of that when it came out. This isn't bad for the steelbook. The steelbook's $100. I don't care for steelbooks. I don't know. Do you guys care for steelbooks? I think steelbooks are stupid. I wouldn't even care for the steelbook in this. Like this is to me personally, this is worth 170. Um, there's an FX keychain. Oh, damn. But yeah, to me, this is well worth um not having a stupid steelbook, no steelbook slash game. So there's no game. Is there a game? Let's take a look. Game customer.
So no steelbook or game.
Move the game to steelbook. So probably what's this guy's name? Antique, whatever. So nope, he's probably selling the steelbook, which is this, and the game. So, or I could just get it for 255. Why would you? I don't want it open though. So yeah, this isn't bad. This would be something worth it to get if you have shelf space for. So, I mean, here's another. So here's another thing we were going through. This I would need too. Um, is there a certain you talk about like, hey, do you want to buy it? Do you not want to buy it? You know, you talk about
Nope, don't
like
want to buy it.
my this is the one I have. I didn't even open it. Like, is there a certain genre of games or a certain series of games that you would always collect for? Symphony, like I'm sorry, like a Castlevania or Alex Kidd or something that like so what I'm trying to get at is this. For me, it's a series that I would 1,000% play. I would play I know I would play the Castlevania games over and over and over again. Um, I love them I love them. I have I have like a tattoo of the Belmont's crest on me. I mean, I love Castlevania completely. So I would play these games over and over again, except for Requiem. Requiem can go screw off of a short bridge. But that's me. So we were talking about like, hey, what would you buy collecting and the whole thing about collecting and stuff like this. For me, I don't feel like I'm wasting my money buying something that is Castlevania related because I love to play the games to no end. Are you that same way with a certain either genre or specific like series of game like a series that you really do enjoy that the like you wouldn't feel like you're just wasting your money on a shelf?
I don't think there is. I think if it's these prices, it's just like nope, I wouldn't pay it. It's not worth it.
Really?
Because I'm sitting there thinking, oh, if they made another Shining Force and they made it like the original or the second one, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd love to get it. And then it pops up, it's $100. It's like, nope, I'll wait until it's cheaper, or won't get it at all. Because I'm having a hard time, kind of coming to terms that I'm probably not going to get the Masters of the Universe game physical because it's a limited run game. That's who's handling the physical versions of it, and it's just like, I've got my lines, where I don't cross it. So like, there's nothing. It's like, oh, a game for such and such series came out, I have to buy it. Um, Prime 4, I was all excited for, and now it's just like, well, especially if I don't get it within the first week or two of launch. After that, it's like, well, I can wait. It doesn't matter.
I think
So
really the only thing I go crazy over is I mean, like, really is going to be Castlevania.
yeah,
Um, Eartheon, yeah, agreed, definitely Eartheon.
I'm not even
Um,
familiar with Eartheon.
Eartheon's a shmup.
Uh,
See, this I don't. This is the what the hell is this?
this is the what in the world am I looking at?
Trevor, Sypha, Alucard, and their child, which is supposed to be Simon. No, two. Simon's two. Trevor's three. Grant? No, not Grant. Who's four? I forgot who four is, but their kid. I don't know. And I have the stupid ass cards that go with it too. But yeah, limited Konami passing this off to limited run just to make some crap money on this is not. I mean, it is what it is. So, just not very happy about that.
Yeah, but it's not because of they passed it off to a third party company to handle the physical release. It's who they handed it off to.
Yes.
And
I have that. I mean, it's
yeah, I don't can't think of anything that's like, oh yeah, this came out, I have to get it. And any of that stuff. If it hits a certain price point, it's like, I'm done, I'm out. Like the Prime remaster, I'm not paying $40 for that. If I never get it, fine. But if I can find it for $20, I'll pick it up. But if not, I've got a bunch of other games I can play. I can go back and play Prime on the original GameCube, or the original Prime on the GameCube, I should say.
yes, you can. You can, which is probably
So
better off.
I don't I don't think there's anything that's like, oh yeah, I have to have that. I'll pay whatever the price is. No, it's just not me. I'll look and see what the prices are going for. I'm like, okay, well, say it's going for like $100. Like, okay, I'll see if I can get it for $90 or $80 or something. If it's a particular thing I'm looking for, like, and I'll wait. I've got stuff, saved searches and stuff from eBay for years, just waiting for it to get to the price that I want to pay. And if it never gets there, it never gets there. That's what I mean by earlier that crud. What was I going to say?
You
I don't
lost
know.
train of thought.
It just went. What's up, Welch?
Oh, Welsh is here. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, there's like I try not to be like a super fanboy because as much as we're called the Sega Dudes podcast,
Hmm.
Welch, yourself, and I, and but like I don't know the last modern Sega game I bought. So outside of the Sega Minis, like Sega's not getting much of my money. And like Xbox's next console, if they make one, like I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I'm really iffy on like, are they doing something that makes me want to actually buy their stuff now? It's like, and it's just like maybe I'm done with the gaming stuff on consoles with the crazy stuff that you have to go through and the crazy things they try to pull. It's just easier on a PC.
So this is absolutely insane. This is Force Gear. I don't think any of you guys have ever seen this. Um,
And we're supposed to care because
well, this is Dracula X plus Force Gear. This is a stake, a gold coin, all of this with this collector's edition in the box. This is insane. Like completely insane. This is something I've pondered about. Hey, getting, not getting, is it worth it? There's only one on eBay. $2,000 for this. I don't even know if this is like real.
so you're gonna buy that?
No.
Are you gonna watch it and see if you can find one for?
No.
So you don't really care about it then?
I do care about this. This is insane. Like this is crazy. But $2,000 is $2,000 is stupid.
But you're not gonna save a search so you can come back and look at it occasionally.
No.
Okay.
No,
So
it's just I know about it because yeah, okay. I just know about it
and
because
some
I know
hydraulic
about it,
pressing
but
and stuff. But
it was all
yeah,
over Castlevania Reddit.
so Sergeant Salt and Pepper says before Shinobi, the Yakuza games are the last modern Sega published games that he's bought,
Yes.
and I haven't
Yeah.
bought any of the Yakuza games. And I've actually, you know what? I take that back. I think no, did I? No, I didn't. Never mind. I thought I did a trade and got one for one of the Yakuza games, but like the Yakuza games have piqued my interest because it's kind of looks like it is their spiritual. They started off being like a spiritual successor to um, Shenmue.
This is beautiful. I might buy this. Put this in a frame. He looks just he looks just completely badass. This cover sold me. This I don't want. This chibi bullshit on the front. I've never played Shenmue before. My friend swears by it. He thinks it's like the greatest game since sliced bread.
Yeah, I played the first one some, and then I played the second one on the Xbox for a bit, and then I got my OG Xbox modded, and I don't think I ever went back to it. And actually, they were the 1 and 2 were on sale for the Xbox Series for $5, and I
Oh,
was really tempted to pick them up. But again, I was like, I am probably never going to play these, or at least not play them to completion. So even though it's only $5, I was like, is it really worth it? And at the moment, no. Yeah, the first
I
Shenmue was
will
slow
I will be
in the
right
beginning
back,
because you're just
guys.
running around and talking to people because you got to get the history and all that stuff that's going on. But it's interesting because at the time it was really just different. It was a novelty because like having to work, having to keep track of an actual clock in the game for when you could contact people, when you had jobs you could do, play games, whatever. It was really just neat. But yeah, the beginning of the first one is a bit of a slog to get through. I don't remember how far I made it, and I'm trying to think. I know I got to the part where I did some training, but like I think I would actually like to play Shenmue and not have to do the fights. Because like I don't want to have to remember fighting moves and button presses for fighting. Like I just want to play the story out, not run around smacking the snot out of people and punching. I think it was the second one. You're punching the tree to get the leaves to fall. It was kind of interesting, but I mean, I enjoyed what I did play, especially at the time. I mean, I enjoyed going like on the Xbox version, Shenmue 2, like they gave you a bunch of money and figures to start the game with. And I thought that was cool, especially the figure stuff. Bloop.
What up, pimps?
So small. What is it? Okay, we'll do that.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. You guys didn't respond. I said, "What up?"
Oh no,
pimps?"
I was on mute, but I said, "Who the hell let you in this chat?"
I was messing with the layout, trying to get stuff squared away.
Especially saying,
This is gonna be bad with him in here. Now my money's definitely just gonna burn.
what are you guys looking at? What are you guys looking at?
Dude, I don't know. We were talking about stuff or whatever, and we were like, my birthday's Saturday, so my wife said to me like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I was debating.
You didn't just give her a nod and a wink.
Yeah. So I was debating on the
and actually technically
Duo.
for us on the East Coast, that's tomorrow.
Saturday, yeah. And that's right, yeah, because it's 12 Friday. So
Yeah.
she was saying, "What do you want?" And I was thinking, video games, but I'm kind of feeling where I'm at the point, Welsh, where it's like stuff sitting on a shelf and it's just sitting there dusty. I'm not really playing it that much. So what?
You're thinking about downsizing, is what you're doing.
No, not really downsizing, just
being really specific about what you pick up,
like hyper specific.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking like, oh, maybe she's like, oh, we want something. And then I'm like, oh, I always wanted a beer dragon, so I might pick. I had one before. I might I said, oh, it's not bad. Might get that, but it's a friggin' reptile. I have enough. Like I'm moving into a new house. Why am I going to carry that into a new house for in like February or March? I mean, with sand, it's like So I was like really sitting back and I'm wondering like, should I just get the Duo? And I was looking at just PC Engine games and stuff, just to pick up whatever. I mean, this cover art right here sold me on this. This looks beautiful.
PC Engine Works version?
I don't know if it's the PCE Works.
It is. It says right there, it says PCE Works. That ain't an official cover.
No, this isn't an official cover, but there's no PCE Works on here.
Well, it says right there, PC Engine, PCE Works. That's
one of theirs. This, but there's nothing. Yeah. No, the official one. This isn't it.
Nope. The official ones, like
right here,
are like
Happy Goods Japan.
I don't know. There's something wrong with that game. I've been told by somebody, like when you try to rip it and burn the ROM, it doesn't burn right or something.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't.
So I don't know.
I tried to.
I want to get that one too, actually, but I'm just not. It's gonna be like Hyper Duel. I'm just gonna get it one day.
Just do it.
After I talked about it for such a long time,
Wow, we even get bots here for cheap views.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of where you are, but I've also gone down like a crazy rabbit hole, like I said, like with this whole I'll show you what I picked up recently. Hold on a sec. Like I'm excited for this one, but it's part of that rabbit hole.
Airzong. Magic Jesus. God, that cover is just.
I
Oh, was
needed
you
to
even got to admit the cover is badass.
I needed to have something for my.
We may have lost connection for 10 or 15 seconds.
No, we're here.
You
Make
ever
us
seen this one?
bigger.
OWASP Star Control 3.
Star Control 3. Never played any of the Star Controls.
It looks pretty cool. It's for like an old, PC 90 or Windows 95 CD-ROM. That's
Yeah, I
why I
think I
bought
picked
it.
up Star Control Origins on Steam last year. Actually, I think it was the year before that. And I
Mhm.
still need to go and play it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
maybe.
that's why I grabbed it. So I had a
I'll stop
CD-ROM to play
sharing.
in
So you
my
can make us bigger.
95, PC build. So I mean, I went down a rabbit hole with that, but I don't know how much more I want to get into it, right now, just because this is an expensive gamble too, buying this kind of stuff.
Big box PC stuff. But the thing is, I don't think most collectors of big box PC are buying it to play from the physical product. They're
Media,
buying it,
yeah.
put it on a shelf.
There
and look at
were
it.
there were guys I used to follow on Twitch. I don't think they're around. Duck something, whatever it was, and they were really big into Doom. Like huge into Doom, and they were buying like big box Doom stuff, and they had like the original Doom on the discs, and it was signed or whatever, and I was like really impressed by that. So those are the only people I've ever known to buy big box PC stuff. It's very hard now in our days, considering you have a CD-ROM, and most new age stuff is not compatible. The Commodore 64.
I cleaned it up. I got done with it, soldered it up, cleaned it. This thing looked like crap. And like I almost went down a rabbit hole with that buying Commodore 64 floppies, and I haven't even hooked it up yet to test it.
No.
It's like,
No
dude, you
way.
gotta finish one step before you get to the next.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
way.
you should test, make sure it works.
Yeah, so like I
Those
don't know.
floppy
It's
drives.
I think I get too excited about shit like that Amiga I bought, that A600. Something's wrong with it, and it's gonna need recapped.
I have
So I ordered that.
I have the best game ever that beats both of you guys hands down that I picked up.
I got it. I got it on PS5.
You
You
win.
got this
Sealed.
on PS5?
Yeah. Yep.
Y'all win. Y'all can
Yep.
have that.
Look at him shake his head. Dude, you gotta have a Christmas game.
Yo, you and I are like crazy with this stuff.
We are. We are nuts, dude.
Yeah.
So is Owaz. He tries to act like he's all calm,
I've got
cool, collected, and he's whacked
Nights
out
into
just as
Christmas.
much.
No, you probably
That's all I-
got
all I need.
you
I
probably
got
got Santa from Mega Drive somewhere hidden in that room, and you don't want to tell us.
Owaz
Now, what
just
is
as
the
whacked out.
the days
That-
before Christmas? I think is the only
Days before
Genesis
Christmas. Yep.
Santa game.
I saw someone post that. I'm like, why would
I
you
believe
even
that
buy
was a
that thing?
PAL only release. So
It was a PAL only release. Yeah.
I think I beat
must
that
be-
last year.
This wonderful garbage.
Did you play it yet?
No, it's sealed.
I know I haven't played mine either. My amiibos are sealed after everything I've read about it. I'm just so disappointed. I'm afraid to play it,
No, it's like, oh look, here's another stack.
That's what. If you guys are not going to play it, return it. Get your money back.
Sealed.
You can go back and
sealed.
buy it again later if you want.
Nah. I'm like, I bought it. I don't need to fret about it.
I don't know. Donkey Kong, I can't get the money back on it, but Donkey Kong Bonanza, I might just get rid of. I'm really thinking about it.
Is it
Just-
that bad or what?
I don't like it.
I don't
I
know,
just-
man. I like those Christmas games. I don't really sweat it. It's like $20, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. There it is, Edge of Eternity.
But think of all the good games you could get on Steam for $20, especially right now with their winter sale.
But you're not getting. There's no difference. I mean, you're just buying it for a console versus Steam, same price.
No. I mean, right now you can buy 3 or 4 or 5 games on Steam
Oh.
for $20 total.
I don't have Steam. I want to start exploring Steam, so I'm hoping they have that Steam box comes out. I'm hoping it does. Because if that does,
But
that
Steam
might turn me
Machine,
into a Steam player.
it's going to be, it's probably going to run over $1,000.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the way everything is right now,
Yeah.
the way
Really
everything
just
is right
getting
now,
Jackbox
it's
games at the
insane.
moment. Oh, ever since I picked up the orange box for the PC, like you had to download
Jack.
Steam and make an account to play it. So I've had a Steam account since then. But I mean, the orange box was worth it just because of Half-Life 2 and episodes. What was it, 1 and 2?
I mean,
Portal.
I have a Steam account. I just don't have it installed because it seems like it tries to hijack your system. And I have it installed on my PC that I don't boot up very often. It's another PC build I have with that Sonic the Hedgehog motherboard in it. Like that's what I bought it for, to be a Steam machine. And I need to get it fired up and updated. It's hooked up to my TV. And I need to get it updated because there's a demo of this game called Queen's Domain. Look that up, dude. That game, like, I'm excited for that game, dude. Like, I will probably play it on Steam just to play that game. I'm like, dude, that game looks like totally something I'd be into. PS2 era graphics, like PS2 era to me is like very, very awesome. And I've been thinking about kind of graduating out of this like Amiga, this other shit I've been getting into. And that's what I'm saying is it's just wasting my time when I could be looking at stuff that I think is definitely, going to be something I'm more am going to be into, like exploring the Commodore 64 stuff. It's okay, but it's not me. The Amiga stuff, I'm getting really frustrated with the hardware issues. The Amiga Game Selector, it's coming out Christmas or Christmas Eve. It's Amiga Game Selector 3, and you can install it on the Amiga Mini. So I'm just going to do that and then kind of maybe look at what I'm going to do with that Amiga hardware at that point. But if it works right, of course, everybody talks about all this stuff working, but then it never does.
It's one thing I have to say, and I told was I have no regrets about anything I ever bought video game wise, not even down to the Atari Lynx and stuff, not those systems, not the PCFX. None of those systems really. Even the Jaguar, I don't regret. I just don't know why they did some dumb stuff with the Jaguar and made it RF unit.
Yeah. I'm just like I've never gotten rid of anything straight up. I've gotten rid of duplicates. Like that Amiga stuff, I'll probably just vault it. I doubt I can bring myself to sell it just because I've already bought it and it's hard to get some of it. So I'll probably just bin it up and have that be in my vault, I guess. But the but what I was saying though, like about the PS2 era, I mean that's stuff I've been thinking about really recalculating, maybe getting back into that era time of games just because a lot of the games are pretty cool. I mean, like were you able to bring up that Queen's Domain or?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I mean that it looks like straight up like
all right, but I mean
PS2.
It looks a lot better, I'd say, than PS2 graphics. They were creative in how they made things look. Like the coloring and stuff is kind of reminiscent of that, but it's not all, like it's much less polygonal, I think, than like a PS2 style graphics were. But yeah, it looks interesting. It looks like it could be an interesting RPG style game.
I like PS2 era. I have a large amount of PS2 games, and I love I love PS2. I think PS2 is great. I think Kingdom Hearts is excellent. The Final Fantasies on PS2 are excellent. Overall, I just think PS2 is it's a really really good system,
Mhm.
to go into play.
And it doesn't matter to me.
Oh yeah, you didn't play any of the.
It's just if I ever want to, I have this huge library that would be brand spanking new to me if I ever decide to go down that route. So that's something I have to possibly look forward to. But
I don't know. PS2 is still affordable though too.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
it's going
they're
up.
saying eventually it's not gonna be.
No, PS2 is going up. PS2 is way
but
going
the thing
up.
is, every console outside of something like the 32X and the Virtual Boy, like any of the big consoles, would have to jump huge tenfold for the common games that are good to be unaffordable. So there's
There's
still
a
tons to collect for those systems that are affordable. And when I say affordable, $60 or less.
I mean, like we were showing, that Coraline game is dumb. It's horrible. It is dumb. $200 you want for that Coraline game.
But
You
the
can go
average collector probably
shove
doesn't
it.
care about that. And when I say average collector, someone that's not going for a complete set.
You have people
Who's-
here that collect PS2. Hey, Walsh, you care about the Coraline game for $200?
No.
See, what he means is I could wipe my
See,
ass with the manual.
So,
I'm
but
saying, I mean, I just don't care about
yeah,
worrying
see,
about
that
collecting
game
Coraline. I
doesn't
mean, it
matter
might
to
be.
any of us.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
would not exist, and it wouldn't bother any of us.
If I seen it at a garage sale now, knowing it's $200, I might pick it up. But I mean, the thing
Yes.
is, I rarely list anything. I got stuff that I started a little stack of some stuff that I had picked up recently where I ended up with a duplicate on accident, and they're $100 games, and I haven't even listed them to get rid of them. So I mean, it just don't matter. I mean, you save it for a rainy day or not. I mean, it's not really my thing. Like the last time I sold a bunch of duplicates, I sold it to a guy. He bought one item and he said, "Do you have anything else?" And I told him, "Yeah." And he asked if he could just have it all, and I came up with the price and just got rid of it. I don't, unless it's something really expensive, in which I've never sold anything really expensive yet, other than I had a Last of Us statue I sold once, and then I sold a Model 2 or a Model 1 Sega CD recently, and I don't feel like I got as much as I could have got out of that, but I just settled, and got rid of it. Eventually, once I get my stuff rebinned, I might be getting rid of a lot more too. I don't know, but we'll find out. I'm in a space where I'm just kind of like, I don't even know, like going into 2026, how much more I really want to try to buy, as in like explorative buying. If I'm going to buy anything, I'm going to buy a copy of KO Flying Squadron, and I'm going to buy a copy of Buster Douglas and be done with it, with those sets. I need to finish those. Oh, and I need to get Fatal Fury for Sega CD.
So you're gonna have every Sega CD game that's out there?
For the US set, other than the sports games, there's like 2 or 3 sports games I still need to get, and those are nowhere near going to be like, oh, I gotta figure out a plan to buy this, because it's a lot of money. Those are,
Oh, so you have Hook and all the rest of them?
yeah, I got Hook. I don't have Three Ninjas either. Three Ninja Kickback, but that ain't a real expensive game either. I mean, if you're looking at expensive games anymore, I mean, $100 for a retro game really isn't a lot anymore when you look at the price of a modern game, $70.
Yeah. That's true. That's
Yep.
very, very true.
Some of that has actually made me wonder, it's like, oh, should I bump up my $60 limit? And it's like, no. Unless it's like a brand new game
I don't think
or
no,
it's a special edition, $60 is fine.
yeah, you don't seem like you would. It's like, do you want to buy retro? Do you want to buy new games? It's really what it comes down to.
I mean, I think that a lot of people are
Going
starting to
back to
like kind of
retro.
haggle. Well, I think people are starting to haggle on their prices too. Like every one of these games I bought for this Windows 95 system, I'm putting together like this Star Control. So I had a CD-ROM, I got a 3.5, a couple 3.5 games, and I got a couple 5 1/4 games. And every one of
Okay.
them accepted a best offer. And I definitely undercut them. So like people are getting rid of some of that, realizing that not everyone's going to look back that far and be wondering like about it. You see a lot of promotion lately. I've been noticing a lot of promotion, but that might be because of my searches of those retro games, you know, that far back. And I've noticed they're popping up in my media and stuff. And it's like, it's because I bought one, you know, and now they're trying
Yeah.
to get me to get hooked to buy more. And that ain't going to happen. You know, I've just bought that Star Control 3. I really was looking around for a good CD-ROM for a PC game. And I was like, dude, that has a lot of different aspects of gameplay that would be interesting that have graphics, sound, and it's a CD-ROM. I'm sure there's a lot of good other games out there. Like I was even looking at some old versions of Command and Conquer, but it's like, dude, I have a newer Command and Conquer set on DVD-ROM that plays on newer PC, so I don't need to worry. I'm not going to worry about it. You know, I'm just not. I have them on the PlayStation. So it's just like I'm not going to freak out about that. So you know, and I think I'm only going to go so far with that and be very selective if I buy anything for it. I just am kind of exploring it, you know. The C64, I have a guy actually right now in my town trying to sell me a boxed C64 Model C with the floppy drive boxed, the Model C one. And I'm like, and he wants like $800, and he's got some software and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't think so. Like I told him, I already got one. I've been working on it. I ordered a cap kit. So if this ain't working, I'm gonna solder it and do it myself. It doesn't have a
That's
lot of
crazy.
caps, so like it's like
Just
I
buy
already
the
have
new
it.
C64 Ultimate that's coming out.
Well, I have the C64 Mini, and like I ordered one of those True Blue drives,
Hmm.
and it doesn't work. It has a bin file on it, and like supposedly if you press a certain button, it'll bring up a list of games. Nothing. So like, and I bought it off of AliExpress, and I tried to return it. Seller wouldn't take it back, so I'm like, I'm done with AliExpress. That's garbage. I mean, the thing
Yeah,
was
I wouldn't buy
garbage.
anything off there.
Doesn't
But
work.
the C64 Mini, you should just have to update it, and then you can put ROMs on a USB drive and you plug it in, and that's all you need to do to get extra games.
Well, it was supposed to be preloaded with the ROMs. I don't have to search for the ROMs.
Oh, you can. The problem is with the C64 is there's so many games.
Many ROMs, yeah. And it's supposedly it had like
So many.
5,000 ROMs on it. But
Yeah,
anyways,
that's
I
not
found
even
I
the
found a
entire
different
library.
seller. I found a different seller with a different USB, same thing. This time they're saying 10,000. I messaged him and said, "Are the actual are the actual files that you're saying is on this on here?" And he said yes. So when that gets here, I'll test it, and if that's on there, I might be done with the C64 altogether. You know, and this hardware that I have, I'll just get rid of it with the monitor. I'll just sell it and get rid of it to somebody for $200. You know, I'll just
Yeah.
get rid of it. That'll be one more bin that's out of my way. It's classic hardware that I did not have or grow up with, you know, and like I know I'm changing the context of the conversation, but if you look at
No, it's
the
fine.
pricing, if you look at the pricing of the C64, you know, I think $200 selling it, even with that monitor that everybody goes crazy for and starts fapping over, It's like, you can have it. I don't care. You know, I bought a new gen Checkmate monitor that does everything that does. And I have a RetroTink. So if I want
Yeah,
to worry about making a bubble image on a screen or something, I can do it.
I just think it's all that older stuff is a little bit insane to even remotely start getting into whatever. I mean, unless you had the Amiga growing up or the Commodore 64 growing up, I can't really see like diving into that. I mean, the most I ever went was the PCFX, and that was it. The Neo Geo, I mean Neo Geo, I always liked Neo Geo, so I bought that. But I mean the that stuff, like when you get into floppies and process, just it all gets kind of crazy. Unless if you're like an old, hey, I'm a guy that wants to collect computers and you have old computers, which is a guy that I know at work. Like you go down in his basement and he's got like the Apple that he had and like a gateway computer with the speakers that he has still running. Um because he runs like Duke Nukem on it or whatever, Flight Simulator, all the older stuff, then I could see, yeah, he has like a Commodore 64, the Atari computer, the Atom. He has like the Atom or something from when he was a kid. Whole basement just filled with like old retro computers and stuff like he'll play. Like computers from like let's say, the late 90s, early 2000s. Um,
They're very niche, dude. Those things are
it's
very niche.
it's
Like they
crazy
are
niche.
like honestly, like what is the one that like this Amiga stuff, dude? Like I'm getting in the
Yeah.
forums, other people are getting in the forums asking about support, and you get a lot of this like geeky talk, like, oh, you can't figure it out. Well, this is what we think, and there's no answer ever given on how to solve it. And like you get a lot of that, and it's just kind of like, why do I want to be in a community like that does not want to support people on just like the people that just want to play games? I don't care about digging into the OS. I don't care about the fact that you're releasing some kind of big firmware update so I can keep searching the internet with it. It's like, I don't care about that. That's dumb. In my opinion, I'm not attached to like that piece of hardware enough to say, oh, this is my computer for life. No,
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
never going to be like that. It's like, it's ridiculous. And like, I just want to play the games. That's it. you know
The games are probably shitty anyway.
like the Commodore 64 stuff. I think a lot of the homebrew stuff that I see, or like even select titles like Rambo, like that Rambo title for Commodore 64, dude, that looks awesome. That one looks really cool, dude, and I'm just like, I want to play that. And like maybe some of the Sega ports that were on the C64, even though they're a little lower quality, well, quite a bit lower quality. And I feel like C64's sound chip is terrible. That's the worst, that's the worst thing for it. And it's like,
It's pretty
why
bad.
couldn't they have given it a better sound chip for the time it was in? I mean, it should have been running at least a better sound program than what it has, because the one other thing that I might buy that I've been looking at is an ECS unit for an Intellivision, because it supports 6-channel audio in those homebrew games that I bought for the Intellivision, which are really nice homebrews. You have to have an ECS module to unlock all the audio capability of it with the 6-channel audio.
That's just crazy.
And it sounds way better, with the 6-channel audio versus like just the beans and bops of an Intellivision.
I mean, it's a
Do you know if
lot
the
to
new
get. It really is
Intellivision
a lot to get into.
Sprint, if it has any of that stuff in it?
Not from what I've read anywhere. No one's ever brought anything up about the ECS or the IntelliVoice other than B-17 Bomber, which is included on the system, has the voice overlays in it. So it's just like these guys release this stuff, but they don't fully release a project. It's like Why wouldn't you want to just have like a master version of something instead of keep trying to nickel and dime people?
They could do that and just make it easier, I guess.
And or because the cheaper versions let them actually have the funds to make a better version down the road when they can't make
Right.
the complete version that
Yeah,
they want to from the
yeah,
beginning.
exactly.
Right. And I hate that model that is being utilized. So like I haven't even bought a Sprint. I don't think I'm gonna buy a Sprint because it's like I spent all that money to mod my RGB mod my television. It's like I can buy an ECS module, plug it into RGB on my RetroTink, and probably get the same visual fidelity of HDMI, even though it's on a component, it'll be close, to that. And that's it. I don't need to sit there and worry about like, oh, I'm gonna buy ROMs now, because it sounds like a lot of these systems, like they release the ability to use ROMs, but then they make it hard to access those ROMs.
I would have, if I was you, I would have stuck with PC Engine.
I still am. I mean, I got it, dude. I'm not getting rid of it.
I mean, I would have just bypassed all the older stuff is very. It's hard to get into because I feel that once you reach a point where that technology is really hard to figure out and is failing, and there's no parts around that are compatible with those boards, and then you have to get synthetic parts, put them on the board, hope it works, and flash the BIOS to try to get it just becomes like it becomes way too overcomplicated for stuff like that. I mean, I know my friend had the Amiga, and he has the Amiga for the boards, and this, and it's just an insane amount of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Like I want to show you this Amiga homebrew I'm really interested in getting running. I'm trying to find it. It's almost like a futuristic first person like dungeon crawler, and I'm trying to find it. It's like called Dark something, and I looked it up. I downloaded the ROMs, they're free, but it's now I can't even find it. But I mean, it's that's the kind of stuff I want to play. I'm not really interested in some of this older stuff that's coming out, or some of the older stuff that's already there. Gosh, I'm trying to find that game.
See, that's what worries me too about having the Vectrex is the Vectrex is a tube. There's a tube in there, and if the tube blows, what am I replacing the tube with? The tube is like astronomically expensive or something, and it just that's why I kind of, and I know he's looking it up, but I mean, it's such old. Like, so I played the Vectrex once a year, make sure it turns on, dust it out, check everything all over again, make sure everything works. But where the hell am I getting a tube for the Vectrex? It's just older stuff where you're just walking that line of, are the games good? Or I think the games on the Vectrex are better than the games on the Amiga. I think just the Vectrex looks amazing, but that stuff you got into, man, that's a whole nother level. Because I looked at that,
Exactly. Yeah.
that's
It is a whole nother
it's
level, and
a.
that's what I'm finding out, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to do it anymore because it's too wacky. There's too
Do you
many
feel like
steps to it, and
you
there's
feel
too
like you get
much.
overwhelmed? Like you feel like it's very overwhelming with the amount of stuff you have to do just to get something to work or to find?
Yes, yes. That's the problem with it. Like it's never just straightforward. There's always an update,
So it's
you
complicated
know.
ways.
So it's like just way complicated. Like here's one that's kind of interesting. I'll share the link. This is kind of like what I'm thinking in terms of like what I want to see. I'll put it in the chat here, and you can bring it up if you want. But it's this kind of stuff that interests me to see what they built. But the thing is, when you actually see the video previews of some of this stuff, There is no background music. I don't know about this game, but a lot of these games, they don't even have background music, dude. They just have like sound effects. And it's like, God, that's so terrible. Like that system had so much more power than a console. Why is it running like that, you know?
Nope.
Look,
Did I lose you?
No, I think we're
Oh,
also
I
here.
thought I heard
wow.
but that's like for, Amiga, and it looks really cool and like
It does.
I'm trying to, but the one I'm trying to find is like it's a sci-fi. I'm gonna have to look on my desktop and see what it is real quick.
It looks nice. I'm not gonna lie, it looks great. But you know,
Hold on, I'll tell you what it is because I downloaded it and um oh, here it is. It's called Black Dawn. It's called Black Dawn Rebirth. Let me look it up here. That one, like it looks really cool. And supposedly they're making a sequel.
I mean, the stuff I know he went through to get his Amiga to work. I mean, he almost fried his desk, and it just there's like he has a switch, like the old switches, like where you would for a printer 1, 2, or 3, just to get the Amiga to work. Floppy drives, just it was took him about a month to get the damn thing up and running. EverDrive for the Amiga. And I'm just like, EverDrive for the Amiga. He's like, yeah, EverDrive. It just became so cumbersome
Mhm.
pushing that rock up the hill. I'm like, and he never uses it. Like he never ever will turn it on and use it. I'm like, what is the point of you not turning the system on and using it? I should talk. But I mean, you can write your name in like some of the dust of these systems, and it just, for what? Like, what do you? But he grew up with it. It was the thing. Like that's the thing. Well,
That's the thing is he
Well,
grew up with it. I grew up with a Commodore 64, so I think it's pretty cool. But if I were to try to collect any of the consoles that were out at the time, like in television or any of that, like I have, like they don't matter to me. It just doesn't do it. The thing is, a lot of times, is the nostalgia you have for something you grew up with, and so you're willing to go through those extra steps. I mean, I would guess that this is being emulated on something, and it's like, well, it's so much easier than you can just emulate it. Use RetroArch, and you look, okay, what BIOSes do I need or whatever. Okay, download that. Okay, you're good to go. You just play it. You don't have to worry about all the hassle of having the actual hardware. But I mean, that's the same way some people feel about the stuff that we collect. It's like, well, I just it doesn't interest me. I'll just I can emulate it on my PC. I don't need to worry about getting an NES or an SNES or a Genesis or whatever. I can just emulate it. But the Amiga or the Apple II or whatever, like, oh, that they're super hardcore into that because that's what they grew up with and that's what they really care about.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at though is the stuff that I'm interested in is a lot of these homebrews. Like there's this one called Sherwood that's coming out pretty soon. I actually got it tabbed just so I can possibly look at like some of these games that they might have in the future. It's Sherwood for the C64. And I mean that game looks really good, dude. Like it looks pretty cool and like it's on a pre-order right now. You can get a cartridge, you can get a disc, you can get a tape even. And that's the kind of stuff I'm interested in, like the homebrew stuff that people are making that make them look they're more capable of what they can actually install on the media hardware and then they can play it on their system. Like some of the homebrews that they do for the Genesis by Kai Magazine Software, they're putting
yeah.
enhanced audio chips like they did for the last two releases. They put a enhanced audio chip in it, so you get Sega CD sound almost out of it off of playing a cartridge. And it's that kind of stuff that I'm interested with the homebrew stuff in these classic systems. It's not so much like the classic library, other than maybe Sega related, in which OWAS, you've seen I collected all those Amiga classics, Sega
Mhm.
classics, like I picked up that Action Fighter game. I picked up all that I could find other than Thunderblade, because all the Thunderblades I see look pretty bad, and like I'm not going to waste my money on them.
It's Thunderblade.
Yeah, for
helicopter game.
Amiga. Yep. I got Space Harrier. I bought that. That looks freaking great, for an Amiga. So like that's the kind of stuff that I'm interested in. It's not necessarily all the games, but that's why hopefully this USB that's coming will have
Oh,
what I'm
wow. Okay.
interested in. And and I bought those as a Sega collector.
Different variants of the games that are on different systems. I could see that. I could totally see that.
The Commodore 64 ones, I can't really justify buying those just because they're way overpriced for what you're going to get out of them, And like you can buy a loose floppy for $20 or so a game, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see about that. But the Amiga ones I think are good ports that are worth having because they actually have sound. Because it's one thing I've noticed about those Amiga games, they do not have sound in game, and it's just like I don't understand that. Like, how can you have a era of time where video game consoles were out and you don't have sound in your games except sound effects?
That's weird.
Because there's only so much processing power. You had to decide one or the other. And then there's also just the general, we didn't have time, so we didn't put that in.
Yeah.
That's pure laziness, and yet all these people tout the Amiga was such a powerful system. Well, why do your games not have sound? Why? That's terrible, dude.
Yeah, people normally complain about that all like, oh, the Amiga's great. Oh, it's like it's like, yeah, but you don't have.
I don't hear anyone saying the Amiga's great.
I love that one guy at work is like, oh, the Amiga's great.
It's a niche system. The graphics for the time look good, but the audio's not there, and then obviously the hardware itself is not the greatest if it's already failed. Yet you might be able to find a trashy looking Nintendo or Sega Genesis sitting at a garage sale, plug it in and it plays.
Yeah,
No issues.
that's so true. That's so true.
But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of PS2 stuff. I've never dug into it on stream and shared any of it. I even am still getting regular Xbox, like with the hype of Star Wars. It reminded me I did not have Knights of the Republic 2, so I got a copy of that for $20 complete. And like, that stuff's gonna go up eventually too. The original Xbox stuff. I mean, other than a few titles that everybody focuses on with the original Xbox is going to be like your Halo games, oh man, there's one that comes to mind all the time. Oh, that Outrun game. That Outrun game for the original Xbox.
Oh, Outrun.
Yeah.
Coast to coast. Coast to coast, I think.
Or
Yeah,
there's
Outrun
one version
2.
of Outrun. But I mean,
Yeah.
that one's already expensive. But I don't know if Xbox, the OG Xbox, is ever going to really be that crazy.
Yeah,
Just
well,
because they made so many games, so many number-wise prints of a lot of those games.
Well, you got to figure it has original Fable.
Fable.
Yeah, but
too.
they have, is there one or two remakes of the original Fable now?
There's going to be 3 pretty soon because there's a Fable 1 reboot coming out. Yeah, they're redoing Fable again, and it's called Fable 1.
That one looks like
Wow.
absolute garbage. It looks bad unless they are thinking about redoing a bunch of the stuff. But like, I don't. The original Xbox, OG Xbox, doesn't really matter to me. It's just above the PlayStation stuff. Like, I don't hunt original Xbox stuff. I've got, we'll say, 24 games.
The more I look back on original Xbox, because I had PS2, I was more into the PlayStation stuff than the Xbox. So my Xbox collected a little more dust. I'd play a game on it occasionally. But now that I look back on it and the technology that Microsoft was putting into it before they got greedy,
You respect it more.
yeah, it was like, dude, that was a pretty cool system and idea, and the game engine that they used was a little bit more superior for sure than the PS2 stuff. So
Well, I
like
mean,
it's
that's what they
just
pushed was it was a Haas.
and like it the online aspect to their games, was excellent, but just I didn't jump on the bandwagon when the games were, new. And I had a few, but it's just like one of those things I'm looking back on now, like, Xbox was a little better than I looked at it before.
Well, for me, it peaked with a 360. So there's not really much reason for me to go back to the OG Xbox. The experience was so much better on the 360 all around.
When you really look at the fat PS3, I mean, that was the peak of PlayStation. If you get a fat PS3 that had the backward compatibility, you'll never
Yeah.
have a system that was that I guess diverse in media playback. Like you could put
Yeah.
compact flash and play video files on it. The Magic Gate cards that were Sony proprietary, you could put into it. You could you could plug USB stuff into it and access pictures and video, music. You could play PS1, PS2, PS3.
It was like a
It had
gigantic
web
media server.
capabilities. Like I remember I'd go search trailers. You could watch
Mhm.
a trailer on the internet with it and then download it with that system onto your PS3. And then at that point you owned it, like you could back in the day where you could just right click save, and you could do that with video files with the PS3. So like I mean that system was really ahead of its time. And you'll probably never ever see a all-in-one standalone system that diverse. They could do it with the PS5 now with their ability to emulate, but they just won't do it. They won't do it.
Well, now everything it's download an update for that. Download an update for that.
Yep. Everything is updates. The
Yeah,
PlayStation 3 was a great. It was a great system. The only thing that pissed me off about the PlayStation 3 was the fact that when the PlayStation 3 came out, you had Heavenly Sword. You had another game, but it was a skiing game. In the skiing game, you took the controller and tilted the controller left or right or up or down, and it had motion control. Unlike it would, have the motion control on the PlayStation 3. And I don't know why they stopped that. I never pursued it, but it was amazing that you could do that. And just, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And just, I thought, wow, this is really, really good that you have motion controls for a PlayStation 3. It was not, you had the Wii, whatever. But I mean, honestly, this was, like, these were really amazing motion controls.
Mm-hmm.
But they never pursued anything with it. So it was dead. It was dead in the water. PlayStation 3 didn't have bangers on it. I mean, I don't think there were many games on there where people will be like, oh wow, like those are really, Zura's Wrath or the Gundam Dynasty Warriors type of stuff. I don't think there was, that poop flinger game that came out on the, the download, but wasn't really much on PlayStation 3 that people were like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a huge PS3 game stash, and I'm trying to think like what comes to mind. Like one that's been coming to mind a lot lately because I've been wanting it is the Killzone series. You know,
Hmm.
I think those are really cool shooters. I feel like were kind of just underrated, but when you look back at them now, the controls, you know, are not like super fast, fluid like today's Call of Duties and that. And I feel like with shooter games these days, that's probably what people need to experience a little bit more because uh, I feel like they get the idea that a shooter has to be like that, and they don't, you know. And I feel like the story within the Killzone universe itself was really well put together because it was almost like a warring nation, you know, that really makes you think of like yeah, by the color schemes and designs that they put together, like they were almost like what do you want to call it? A violent army, you know,
Hmm.
versus like the ISA, which were almost like a united world force trying to fight against this evil, you know, that was there and good storyline basically. Good technology aspects put into it, good use of the PS3's capabilities, and SOCOM was another one that was really good
SOCOM was
in the
good. Yeah.
SOCOM in the Sony's era, but then they started getting worried about, you know, certain terms back in those days, like because like if you were playing they ended up calling them op force, but in the beginning they were called the terrorists. So if the terrorists won, they would say terrorists win, you know, and people found that somebody came along the road and said that was offensive, and like I could see that, I suppose, but it's just interesting to see how sensitive context was addressed within games even back then, you know.
I mean, you had the Chainsaw Girl, and then there was Splatterhouse 3, which is okay. But I mean, you had a lot of crazy games. I mean, on PlayStation 3, but that was about it. There wasn't anything to me that stood out that was like, "Oh my god, like, this is absolutely amazing. Like I need, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 3." Um Except for the Dynasty Warriors Gundams, which are excellent, but that was it. There was nothing that stood out. That was like, "Oh, I need to play this like right now. I need to, get this." I mean, Heavenly Sword was excellent, but that was it. That's where it ended.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they should have ported like Final Fantasy 12 to the PS3 because I remember that came out right at the end of the PS2's life. And
Hmm.
graphically, if they would have made that a PS3 game, that probably would be more of a it would have been more of a hit, I think, because people would have bought it for the sake of it being a PS3 game early in the life because it came out of the PS2 era, you know, and they were saying play it on your PS3 with like the, you know, smoothing and aspect corrections and that for a different experience. I was talked about a few times, and I feel like they should have just made it a PS3 game at that point.
I think I
And
think with
that's an
that,
epic, you know. I think Final Fantasy 12 is
yeah.
probably one of my favorites. That's an epic that, you know, a lot of people don't think is one of the better ones, but I think it is.
I just I think the 360 won in that aspect with the way everything was back then, and then PlayStation 4 just took over. It was a weird time. PS3, like PS3 and Xbox 360. It was weird. I don't remember much on PS3 saying, "Oh, I need this or this." I got some. I got my aunt bought me Africa, I still have Africa. I was like, what the hell? I played it. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this garbage? I still have it. I was just very weird.
That one's a harder one to get. I
It's a
think that
weird
one's a little
game.
more valuable
It's like
PS3,
$100.
just because it was a weird concept. Um, Uncharted. I mean, that's where that whole
Uncharted's
series
great.
started,
Yes.
and like I played it probably a year after it was already out, and then I was like instantly hooked. I was like, wait a minute, dude, like this game's awesome. And then like I bought Uncharted 2 and then bought Uncharted 3 because I was so into the story, and then Uncharted 4 on the PS4, I thought it was great, and then I just can't believe they abandoned that series to go into just doing, this Ghost of Tsushima, and
Nah.
that was uh they gave up on the Infamous series. I mean, they brought back Infamous for PS4, but I feel like the Infamous games that were on the PS3 were good. So, the Sly Cooper stuff that was brought in the collections to
Sly
the
Cooper was very
PS3,
good.
I think were a great way to experience all the all-in-one packages, because back in the day, with all the stuff that was coming out for PS2, the Sly Cooper games, I kind of just overlooked them because I didn't understand the characters. I thought they looked goofy, but looking back on it, it's like, gosh, dude, like I was missing out on good stuff back then because I didn't want to play with goofy characters, back then. But now that I look at it, I'm like, dude, can we please get another Sly Cooper? And that's never going to happen.
Would you say you would go to would you ever try PlayStation, or no? Never.
I mean, I've played on PlayStation. I've played a PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 5. I just, at this point in time, I just don't feel that there's any reason for me to do that. Like next generation, PlayStation has this awesome system, whatever, doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm kind of feel like I'm checked out as it is, anyways, for whatever's coming next from the console manufacturers. Switch 2, don't care about it. Next PlayStation, obviously, doesn't matter to me. Whatever Xbox has, not really piquing my interest for anything any rumors or anything that are coming out. I've got plenty. I could be happy with everything I've got right now.
With all your retro.
Yeah. So there's no, like I said, there's no reason. There's games that I would like to play that are exclusive to PlayStation systems, but still, that's not enough. There's not enough of them for me to want to invest the time or money into getting them.
Yeah.
I could see it's a fair statement.
I mean, you never got into the CD area overall, so I get it. And like, for me, that was, I guess, kind of like a big time of gameplay, and that's kind of why I decided to get back into collecting retro, is just because like once you started getting all the need for updates and forced add-on buys and stuff, it's just kind of like I wanted to get back into like experiencing those all-in-one deals, but you'll never get the cinematic and feeling out of most games, I would say, prior to the CD era.
Yeah.
Because those CD era games, like especially the PS3, I started feeling more of the like, because they were trying to capture like people's facial expressions and that to get you to feel the emotion. I think that's what that whole emotion engine was all about. So,
The
and it
Last of
doesn't,
Us.
yeah, just like watching a cinematic experience. But I've noticed even with current games, they're swaying away from that a lot more, to like individualize cutscenes into just like long play, like almost like movie like segments, and like um the one that I just started, dude, because of the Game Awards
Very
was
obscure.
Yes. That game, dude, like I kid you not, dude. I am like 2 hours into it, 3 hours into it, and I'm like, wow, dude, like wow. Like I
I'm
thought
waiting
it was
for my copy to come from Amazon. Amazon had a special edition that they released on the 10th, and it's not supposed to be here until I think next week. So
for Xbox.
no, yeah, for Xbox.
Yeah, dude, it's good, dude. I'm just at first I thought it was like when you first I'm gonna tell you the first hour you're gonna be like, what the hell is this? You know, and then like when it really comes together, you're gonna be like, okay, this is Are you on it, saying? Have you booted
I
it up
have it.
yet?
I have it. I'm not playing. I'm not gonna play it.
He's not going to play.
I don't know, dude. I think you should, because like when you actually get to a certain point and you know the game's really going, you're gonna be like hit with some things right off the bat that are just gonna be like, holy shit, dude. Like
Jeez, where? I don't even know
The
where.
thing is, like cinematics and stuff. Like I remember playing StarCraft 2 for PC, and even some Warcraft and Warcraft 2. Some of the cinematics that they had with those were really cool. They looked at the time they looked really good, and but they were something to help move along the story, and they were short segments. They weren't 5 to 10 minutes of narration or whatever that you couldn't skip,
right.
which is what's annoying about a lot of the cinematics now is like either they're unskippable, which to me unskippable cinematics is just like horrible. It's one of the worst things that you can do for a game. Especially if you like a game you enjoy, you're gonna watch the cinematics the first time through. Second time, you should be able to skip every single schematic or cinematic, not schematic. But I think peak console gaming was 360, PS3, and the Wii. Because, like you said, there wasn't a ton of updates. Like DLC wasn't that big of a thing yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
DLC
pretty
was a
much
big thing.
outside of the tiny games like Xbox made for like an Xbox arcade, like everything when you bought a disc, everything was on there.
That's wild.
You had a fully playable game.
I don't even know where mine is. That's wild. Yeah, I don't know where mine is. I know I have it. I think I have it.
You better find it.
Okay, dude, I got so much shit all over the place. You have no idea.
Goodness.
Dude, here's something I did add, or I'll start to add. I got to get the boards still, but this will be for like my Retro Freak, which they don't have a Nintendo or Super, the next Game Boy solution yet. But these will be perfect for when I get those boards. They're sold out of one of them. That's why I didn't buy the other one yet. I want to buy them both and ship them together. But I'll be able to basically put this in here, flash it. It'll be a reflashable, and then I can have access to any and all the entire library. I do have some stuff already flashed to the system, but so yeah, I'm kind of setting up for the future with like Nintendo Retro, because that way I don't ever see myself trying to go back into that one since I got rid of it all. You know what I mean? Like, and I've gone into these other side stories, which I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I mean, I don't want to ever get pulled back into that one because that one's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
You get bit by the I want the original hardware and I want the original carts. Even if you got other ways of playing it, it can still drag you in.
Yeah,
like, that game was really awesome.
and it won't.
And
it won't, because I mean, I already had all the games that everybody wanted, for all of them, and like, it's funny to think on that. Like, dude, I already had the games other than like Hagging and some of the super high tier, which I didn't know anything about anyways. it's just funny looking back on that. Even for the GameCube stuff, like I had all the games that people wanted for the most part, and like I don't want to get sucked back into another brand of system. It's like I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm better off
Getting
just
too old
finding
for this
another
crap.
way.
Right, you're right. You're totally right. It's just getting into another system, collecting for another system. It just becomes crazy.
Yeah. Yep. It does. And like I'm feeling pretty comfortable where I'm at on Sega overall. I'll still grab something every now and then, and I'm happy with that. I don't want it ever to turn into like even with this Amiga crap, like I kind of was getting a little crazy with it, and I'm like, no, I gotta stop, dude. I don't even have anything running yet, and I'm buying for it in advance, because I know I can ultimately get the parts like the cap kit and that once it gets here, send it to somebody, get it fixed, get it back 2 months later, whatever, ever long it takes for them to service it, and I'll have it all there, and it's just kind of like I'm kind of getting tired of that pattern. I'd rather just a Mister sounds more and more tempting all the time, but I just don't want to dive into like trying to get a Mister and try to figure that out either because the Mister is updating all the time too, and it's just like these guys just don't know when to quit, and I feel like it's a way to keep constant hype and attention to the scene, but I also feel like why doesn't somebody just come up with an all-in-all final solution and just keep getting the same ones and then create an updated system when the hardware becomes dated in terms of like, oh, we can't get these chips anymore or something like that. Update it to another version at that point, but keep the same OS built into it. You don't need to add new stuff all the time,
Well, it's the core functionality that's getting updated. That's what they do for the Mister. So you update all the core functionality and the way things like get handled update. So kind of think of the Mister getting updated kind of as
Mm.
like your phone getting updated. Like, yeah, okay, you get like a new S, but there's built-in like functionality in the UI that makes it work better.
More
So the
efficient.
Mist what's that?
More efficient, right?
Yeah, so when you update the Mister, you're updating like all the cores, and primarily most of the most of the stuff that gets updated off of the Mister, um, is usually like the arcade stuff or Saturn, or if they're like, oh, we got Jaguar now, and your Jaguar core is now going to be updated. You now have Jaguar. So it's cool that they do all of that. Like I know um for the Sinden light gun, I was talking to them and apparently they have an INI file that they could send me that I can put through Wireshark on the Mister, and that INI file will in the system will handle all the mapping for the light gun and the light gun for my monitor. So I don't have to do jack, when it comes to all I have to do is buy the light gun, plug it in, INI file, put it on there, reset the Mister, so that way the system can read from the new INI file, and I am done. And then I just go shoot, 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 and that's it. The Mister, the Mister's well, well worth the money. It's very much worth the money. I spent, I think it was 6 hours last Saturday just screwing around with the Mister cheat codes for Chrono Trigger, Symphony of the Night, cheat codes for our PlayStation, loading up like different PlayStation and games and stuff. And I was just like, I was like, I mean, I was playing Final Fantasy VII and I had Knights of the Round within like the first 5 seconds of the game. And I mean, just dumb stuff that I was doing. And the Mister was phenomenal with it.
Say,
Abs-
can
mm,
I tell you something without, and you won't get mad?
no,
Dude, you look like a younger version of John Malkovich.
of who?
John Malkovich.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yo, that guy's off his mind. Man,
Dude, you look like a younger version of him right now,
surprise
dude.
me,
I don't
Jimmy.
know why. Dude.
I mean, that
It's
dude's going
awesome.
through
He's a
himself a lot.
badass, dude. He's a badass.
That guy's like, that guy's
He's
crazy.
awesome, dude. He's awesome. Yeah.
That guy's,
Oh, us is just like looking at the screen, like,
Guy's like
what
out of
is
his
going on?
guy's like out of his mind.
I'm half asleep, so
Oh, please.
Oh, us
You-
is just like,
and I'm looking at Game Genie codes for Blaster Master 2.
You have off tomorrow. We go sleep. You could sleep until whenever the hell. Don't complain.
Yeah, but I might want to get up before the sun's halfway through the sky.
I know I gotta
Listen.
get up early tomorrow too. My son's in town. That's why I wasn't here earlier. He flew in and like I don't know, we gotta go have breakfast tomorrow before he heads to his mom's for the rest of his break. But yeah, it's well for a few days and then he's gonna come back down. But like man, it's just this time of year is so busy, man. Like we had a major
Yeah.
windstorm here and it jacked up a bunch of stuff and I was on duty last night and luckily I didn't get any medical calls. We were just looking for down power lines and stuff like that. But man,
Damn, does that sound like a
it's
lot
so
of fun?
busy. It's been so busy this season. Like I don't even have all the Christmas presents wrapped. Yeah, it's been crazy.
That sounds cool though.
What's that?
Looking for down power lines and stuff.
I mean, you got to think it's a safety thing and like it could be dangerous for you searching for it like if you're not safe about it, but yeah, I mean it's I don't know if you guys are getting any well, you guys are way further east, but we've been getting some crazy weather in the northwest
Yeah, we have to.
part of this United States. Like it's unseasonable, like major.
We turned the AC back on tonight.
What?
What?
It was over 70 degrees upstairs.
Wow. Is it humid?
It wasn't too bad because the sun wasn't out and it was freezing earlier in the week. So yeah, but it just got warm today and it got rainy.
That's crazy.
Did you guys see the video by the Video Game History Foundation about the Sega Channel?
No.
I saw the headlines, but I hadn't watched anything yet.
Yeah, I got all the dumps. I'm gonna try to put them on my flashable cart, and I'm gonna try to put them on my Polymega to see if they'll play, just to see. Like they have all the different monthly backgrounds. They have all the ROMs, like that Garfield: The Lost Levels, which I remember that being on the Sega Channel exclusively. Like there's the regular Garfield game, and then they had the Lost Levels that they only aired on the Sega Channel. So I'm thinking about dumping that on, putting it on the system as a game itself. So yeah, man, like that was really cool. I got in on the discussion a little bit, and it's at least in the comments, and it's exciting to see that because I've always talked about it, like it's like, dude, there was a lot going on with that system that people didn't know about,
That Sega Channel's insane.
Yeah, I still
up.
wish I had had one when I was as a kid, but we couldn't get cable, so
Yeah.
Cable.
they did not
That's
deliver
crazy.
where we're at.
The one thing they didn't get, and I told them, is like the body count. Body count was on Sega Channel in the United States, but it was never released here. So you can buy a Brazil cartridge of it, but it's like, where's that ROM? They need to have that ROM to dump it on there too, because body count was on there. And then Test Drive. They did dump Test Drive with it, and I actually bought a copy of Test Drive from
Oh,
somebody in Australia. That was a fun game because me and my buddy sat up, figured out how to play it efficiently, and it was a fun little racer where you're racing like little Mini Coopers around and picking up speed boosts as you go and avoiding oil slicks and
Test Drive.
what's that?
I don't remember Test Drive. I have to look that one up.
Yeah, that was a cool game. But
Test Drive's wild. Wow. Yeah, I'm looking at
all
it.
right. So I think it's time to wrap it up.
He's
But
gonna
I'll
go
leave
to
you
bed.
guys with this. Next week, Christmas Day. Currently, it's supposed to be 75 degrees here.
What?
Mid 70s, going from Wednesday through Saturday.
Shit.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
gonna be
for
warm.
real?
Yeah. Lows in the low 50s, highs in the mid 70s. It gets cold, it gets hot. So we will not have to worry about having a white Christmas. We usually don't have to worry about having a white Christmas because it's Georgia.
Let's see. 10-day. Tomorrow's gonna be 58. Saturday's gonna be 39, 40. Yeah, 45 Christmas. 49 that Friday, and the rest of it's like all 40s and 30s. But it's all like 20. Wow, that's nuts. A lot of rain though. Rain. AM snow showers on the 28th. Snow to rain because it's going to be 30, then 36. Yeah, that's nuts.
Yep. But probably no stream next Thursday, being Christmas and
Friday.
all. But I think we can call it there. Hope everyone has a happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Actually, I guess we'll have to see how that one goes as well. But appreciate everyone stopping in. Sergeant Salt and Pepper, Drake, anyone who was lurking. Everyone, take care. Keep it Sega, and we'll catch you all later.
I can't believe